Ms. Washington, I'd like to talk with you now about some specific documents, make certain that I properly understand them, okay?
Okay.
I'm handing you what has been marked Defense Exhibit Charlie for identification. It's a 3-page document. I ask that you take a moment and look all the way through it.
Okay.
Now, ma'am, this is information from your criminal record with the Colusa County Court.
Yes.
And this particular document is the official record of the adjudication of your case for possession of a controlled substance.
Yes, it is.
And the possession of that controlled substance was marijuana.
Yes, it was.
Now, you were arrested by the sheriff for this offense.
Yes.
You were transported to the jail,
Yes.
and you were arraigned for trial.
Yes, and I went to trial.
You went to trial in April 6 years ago,
Yes.
in fact on the 16th of April.
Yes, I did.
You were found guilty,
I was.
and after you were found guilty, you were sentenced, were you not?
Yes, I was.
You were sentenced to 3 years, weren't you?
I was.
3 years and 6 years probation.
Yes. Yes.
So you got a 3-year sentence for possession of marijuana,
Yes, I did.
but you never went to jail.
No, never did.
And you didn't go to jail because you were
I completed
on
my
probation.
Yes.
That's a 6-year probation.
A 6,
3-year
yes.
sentence,
Yes,
6-year probation.
Yes.
So as long as you did not get in trouble in the following 6 years, you were never supposed to go to jail for 3 years. Is that correct?
That's right.
And you had children at this time.
Yes, I did.
And those children were living with you?
All but one, yes.
And you were responsible for those children.
Yes.
In fact, one of the children that you had under your responsibility at that time is one of the children that died on the street
Yes.
that night.
Yes.
Your
My
second
Jordan.
oldest boy?
Jordan.
Jordan. So Jordan was your child.
Jordan was my oldest.
Jordan was your oldest, who was
Yes.
alive when this marijuana conviction occurred.
Yes, Jordan was alive when this happened.
Now, I would imagine, ma'am, that your attorney and you told the judge that you had children that you were responsible for,
Of course.
and that the judge considered that when sentencing you to probation.
Yes.
So you were able to stay with your children,
Yes.
despite having possessed sufficient marijuana to normally merit a 3-year sentence of confinement.
Yes.
And you've seen these documents before.
Yes, I have.
And these documents are a fair, accurate, and correct representation of what happened in court.
Yes, they are.
Ma'am, if I might have Plaintiff Exhibit Charlie back, please. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm now handing you what has been marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit Delta. And, excuse me, prosecute. Cut. I'm now handing you what has been marked as Defense Exhibit Delta. Please take a look at this, ma'am. Now, ma'am, we just looked at Defense Exhibit Charlie, where 6 years ago you were convicted for possession of marijuana and you were sentenced to 3 years confinement, such sentence suspended pending successful completion of 6 years of probation.
Yes.
Now, Defense Exhibit Delta is a copy of another case that you had, is it not, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
And when did that case go to trial?
April 24th, 4 years ago. Or, excuse me, April 21st, 4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Yes.
So the first case was 6 years ago,
Yes.
and this was 4 years ago.
Yes.
2 years after the first case.
Yes.
Still during the time of your probation.
Yes, it was.
Now, you were convicted at that trial as well, were you not?
Yes, I was.
And what were you convicted of?
Filing a false police report.
And that's what's contained within this document, right?
Yes.
What was your sentence for filing the false police report?
It was going to be 12 months in prison. However, again, that was suspended for just 4 years probation. So I would finish my probation.
So you committed another offense during your probation period for your first offense.
I didn't, but the jury thought I had.
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase, ma'am. You were found guilty of committing a second offense.
Yes.
And this put you in violation of your probation for the first offense.
Yes, technically it did, yes.
Technically it did, but you didn't go to prison, did you?
No, did not.
Because you had those children.
Yes. And I think the judge knew that it was, again, a mistake, so he just put me back on my probation.
Are you saying that the judge didn't sentence you because he thought that the verdict of the jury was not correct?
Well, I don't know what he did, but I think that he sympathized with me and knew that this was a mistake, which is why he just put me back on my probation.
He sympathized with you.
I mean, you'd have to ask him, I'm not sure, but maybe.
Well, you believe that he sympathized with you.
I think so.
Well, one of the reasons that he sympathized with you is because you're a mother,
Probably.
a single mother,
Yes, I am.
with children that you were responsible for.
Yes.
You were responsible for those children when you were convicted of dealing drugs? Excuse me, of possessing drugs.
Yes.
And you were responsible for those children where you were convicted of lying and filing a false police report.
Yes.
And in both instances, you received probation.
Yes, I did.
You did not go to jail,
No.
even though the second offense was a technical violation of your probation for the first offense.
Yes.
And all of this occurred while you were a single mother,
Yes, I've always been a single mother.
while you were responsible for these children.
Yes.
And in both instances, the court did not sentence you to prison, at least in part because of your status as a single mother.
Yes.
If I might have those documents back, please, ma'am.